Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for checking out another one of my videos today. Quick painting update here, what I've been working on recently. Actually, a couple, as you know, many projects I've been working on, but more relevant here is what I have completed. And I really had to get these guys out of the painting queue because I really need to continue on with my Dux Britanniarum and battle reports. And in order to do that, I need to paint up some forces for them. The Saxons got some reinforcements in their army for permanent use. And the next battle report is actually going to be a full out pitched battle between the two factions. The Saxons are going to be trying to capture some land in Britannia. Or Britain, whatever you want to call it. But basically, also, the Romano Britons are going to be hiring mercenaries, and in turn, the Saxons are also going to hire mercenaries. So there's going to be a lot more units on the field than what you have seen in the previous two battle reports. Both sides are going to be employing, certain means to get the job done and win this upcoming battle. So it's going to be a pretty big report. I'm also going to try and do at least part of it live. But as you can see here, my what I'm recording with when I actually do video recordings is my phone, and it doesn't really suit the purpose here. So eventually I'll be investing in a high dollar HD camera like a Sony or something. They're pretty pricey. The ones I looked at are between, $500 and $600. So if anybody else has any suggestions on what they use to record their live reports with and get good sound out of the deal at the same time as a good picture, I'd be very interested in hearing your suggestions. I'm very open to any criticisms or comments that you may have about that. So, anyway, down below, what I've managed to get off my painting table here is most of my United States Marine Corps force, and this is going to be used for bolt action as well as what's the two fat lardies game? Chain of Command. There you go. I was thinking Crossfire, but that's a whole different project. So I also did even more Marine Corps than what you see down here. I have based on these square bases like this on three men to a base in for use in Crossfire. So we're going to be doing a lot of Crossfire reports too. I got the Marine Corps all done for Crossfire. I got one full company as well as support, and I will be looking forward to doing battle reports for that as soon as I get to Japanese finished. Same thing with bolt action and chain of command. I need to finish up the Japanese. Eventually, I'll be doing some chin bits as well, and I'll throw those into the mix. So we'll have all sorts of unique forces to throw in the Pacific Theater. I also am working on my DAC, Desert Africa Corps, as well as the British 8th Army. The British are going to have, the Brits. There's going to be Indians. There's going to be Scots. A whole, wide variety of forces in that theater as well. And I will be throwing in the Italians, of course, as well in that theater. So, there's going to be a whole lot of belligerence in these two theaters that I'm working on right now, and they're coming along very nice. I'm actually pretty much done with the DAC forces for bolt action and my Crossfire project. I just had to order one more pack of infantry. I was a few riflemen short, so once I finish off that, they're going to be done. The British 8th Army, the British soldiers are all done. I got a full company, three platoons, full company of British 8th Army, as well as some support and stuff like that. So the North African theater is pretty much tidied up. It just needs to be based. And like I said, waiting on a couple extra packs of figures so I can get them all finished up. Anyway, let's go back to the subject of this video. What I have down in front of us is the USMC for bolt action and chain of command. I'm going to be reading off my army list for bolt action that I've made up so far, and it's actually a total of 762 points. So I will be adding approximately 250 more points to this force, making it even 1,000, and then we'll start off with some 1,000 point battle reports and bolt action very soon, actually. I do intend to finish up the Dux Britanniarum campaign first before I move on to any other games. So, What we have down here, we have two squads of Marines here, one down here and the other one right up there. I just knocked over the NCO. We have the HQ section right here. We have a corpsman and we have a forward observer. We have a Sherman down below, which the camera may be cutting off a little bit. We have a mortar back there in the trees, and we have a 30 cal MMG above off the top of the screen here, which I'll show you here in just a minute. Forgive the trees, the bases. I have not put flock and gravel on those yet, so they are unfinished, but I wanted to give a little bit of scenery here and kind of show you some of the stuff that I'll have available for the battlefields in the Pacific. Composition of these squads. Let me go ahead and zoom in here. Let me see if I can get a better focus. I guess that's about going to be about as good as it's going to get as of this time here. So we have the NCO, which is right here. He's on his knees in front. And we have two SMGs, two Thompson submachine guns. We have two bars in each squad, Browning automatic rifles. And then we have one shotgun in each squad as well. So the remaining 5 soldiers in the squadron is going to be riflemen. So there's a total of 11 Marines. I said soldiers. There's going to be a total of 11 Marines in each squadron. They could go up, I think, 2 more. I think you can have a max of 13 Marines in each squadron. I will probably add those and make them full outfitted squadrons when I do my 3rd squadron, therefore making it a full platoon basically. So I'm going to basically do a full reinforced platoon for the USMC. So I do need to do one more squadron. That's all right. They paint up actually very quickly. No problem whatsoever. I could probably get them done in a total of 2 days. Good work. So each USMC squadron is going to be regular status. Like I said, there's one NCO with SMG, 2 SMGs, 2 bars, 1 shotgun, 5 rifles. They come in at 132 points for each of those squadrons. The HQ staff down here in front, we have the first lieutenant right here. Let me see if I can maybe give you guys a better look on these guys, see how I painted them up. So this is going to be the first lieutenant right here. And he is actually going to be a veteran status. He's the only veteran in the entire platoon. He is going to have an assistant with him, which is this little radio man. I can also use him as an extra forward observer if I ever wanted to add extra artillery or something like that. But yeah, and then I do have the actual forward observer here. He has a pair of binoculars that he's looking through. That's going to be the FO, and he is regular status as well. I do have a corpsman, a Navy corpsman here, and he will be the medic. I'm thinking I'm probably going to paint a little red cross on that bag underneath his left arm there, and that will just allow for quick identification here. Japanese did target the medics and corpsmen quite often. They were one of their primary targets, so I know they didn't really like to identify themselves blatantly like that. So anyway, point cost. The first lieutenant as a veteran status and his assistant at regular status, those two, they come out to a total of 100 points. The medic, the corpsman at regular status is 23 points, and the forward observer, regular status, he's an artillery forward observer, he is 100 points. So there is basically the HQ staff right there. Then we have the 2nd Marine Corps squadron right here. And like I said, it's the same composition as the 1st squadron, 132 points for them. Deep in the back here, in the cover of the trees, you can see the 60 millimeter mortar team, light mortar, and they are regular status. That came to a total of 40 points. Actually, I think the picture is coming out better from this angle, so that's working pretty good. Maybe give you guys a little better look at some of the things we have here. And then way down here in this corner, let me slide them on over just so we know we got them in there. There is the 30 cal team. right there, the MMG, and that is a regular status as well. Comes in at 50 points. So the last thing we have, and this is um, optional. We can change up the vehicles with landing craft, whatever we want to do. But right now I have an M4 Sherman. This is the most regular version of the M4 here. There's nothing special about it. They light on fire easily. But you can see here, put some mud effects on there, shaded it up pretty good, put some oil and some other weathering on there. It looks pretty good. I do need to do some symbols on there, of course, a star somewhere here or there. But that is going to be regular status Sherman. See the mud splattered all over there on the tracks, front of the tracks, and the front of the hole. So that's going to come in at a whopping 185 points for a regular status Sherman. Total altogether, like I said, 762 points. So that is the bolt action force that I have so far for the Marine Corps. Not sure how much cost this equates to in terms of chain of command. I do not have those rules as of yet. I've been looking at battle reports that other players have done, and I'm pretty interested in that. As you know, I do have several other two Fat Lardy games, Dux Britanniarum, Shark Practice, a couple others. So big fan of their rule systems here. So I will definitely be taking a look at chain of command here eventually. Got to finish the stuff before I can even play it. So, I might as well knock the painting out of the way before I spend any more money on rules. Got plenty of rules that I haven't even touched yet at this point, but eventually I will be doing chain of command. I'm thinking here, did I miss anything? Oh, what I will be doing to make this a 1,000-point force, like I said, I will be adding one more squadron of Marines, probably the same composition as the others, and I will be buffing all those up to a total of 13 Marines in each squadron. So right now these two squadrons have 11 Marines in them each, so I'll put two more in those, two more riflemen in each squadron, and then the third squadron I add will also have 13, so they'll be maxed out to the peak of their capabilities and hopefully be able to stay on the battlefield longer and lay down some good suppression and heat. And the other thing I'll probably be adding is a captain, and that way I'll have two senior commanders basically on the field at any given time. I'll have the captain and the first lieutenant, and that will allow me to utilize my forces even better. I do also have some extra options. I have a second 60mm mortar stand already completed, as well as a second 30 caliber machine gun already completed. So even if we want to venture outside of the structured reinforced platoons that are suggested in the book, etc., we can make up some special scenarios, whether defensive or offensive. Of course, I got a lot of rocky terrain that we can do with the ridge lines, Bloody Nose Ridge, and the other famous spots on whether it's Peleliu, Okinawa, Tarawa. We can recreate a lot of those famous battlefields with some of the terrain I got, and it'll be very interesting to do, I think. So the Marine Corps, obviously, they utilized a lot of special weaponry, a lot of mortars, a lot of heavy artillery, a lot of flamethrowers, stuff like that. And the Japanese also utilized a lot of special things, bunkers, heavily fortified positions, tunnels, just you name it, the Japanese did it. It's a very interesting theater to me. I'm intrigued greatly by the Pacific Theater. So yeah, that is my bolt action force as of so far. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you have any opinions or comments or suggestions. Like I said, I'd be interested to know what you guys are using to film your battle reports in such great quality, because mine just seemed to come out like crap. Even this recording, the field of view is not good. Has a hard time picking up good angles. I think I got a good angle right now. In the beginning of the video, it wasn't so good. And I know the sound is rather dry and dull when I record like this as well. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking it out. Until next time, stay safe. Later on.